What they really said, competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Then Brian Hartline brings it in. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zone. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the 1st quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both.
Here we go.
And back to the ground. High. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers and control of the football. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Their big tight end, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to. We drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle to Smith. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll be a San Francisco 1st down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
They're going to look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
On second down, Hyde. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Second down following the incompletion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll set up a throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there with 2 touchdowns. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever. terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Here's Austin. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So just 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ziggy Ansah in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this 3rd quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Back now in Los Angeles. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They'll set up to throw. And he comes back with one complete. 13 yards that time at a 1st. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up 1st downs.
No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Back to throw. He's going to air one out. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Another right, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. He'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They didn't have a ton of yards to pick up on that 3rd down, but there was no way they were playing that one safe. They decided to take that one downtown. They must have felt that they had a big play that was waiting for them. Unfortunately, it was incomplete.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Carlos Hyde was the target, and it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but he doesn't. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And some room to roam now. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He completes it to Hartline. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
It's a nice completion, and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they timed it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Ezekiel Ansah in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. To throw is Kaepernick. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It's a gain of 15 that time. And that leads to a San Francisco first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On first down, Kaepernick dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. 2nd down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.